Video shows the aftermath of the helicopter crash that killed Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi and Foreign Minister Hossein Amir Abdullahian. The helicopter carrying the president and 8 others crashed in a remote mountainous area of northwestern Iran.
Alright, Shalom. I'd like to start up with saying, Kal Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harikah Kodash Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone and my elder Heroine as well. Salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth and sincerity and truth. And peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I'm Khanasa Amba Yashrala from the Lions in the Yashrala camp. And this is another Lions in News and Prophecy. This is more like a current event type news, and give my little synopsis on it, like what it could potentially be. Um, but not nothing like concrete to where like this is some kind of major breakdown or anything like that. But the fact that the Iranian president has been killed in a helicopter crash means a lot. In addition to that, if there's any suspected foul play, or maybe like a drone attack or something like involving the United States or Israel, could determine a lot of things to come in the future. But America says they have no involvement with it, but America says they don't have any involvement in a lot of things that they have involvement in. But who knows? Who knows? It's very interesting that all of a sudden that right, they died in just a helicopter crash like that. That's crazy because normally these guys ride around in top-notch equipment and they're well protected and things like that. So it's just kind of crazy how just a mere, not saying it's a mere helicopter crash, but how these events just all of a sudden transpired and took place. It says Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi, hardline ally of Khamenei, killed in helicopter crash. And these are some of the pictures from it. And as you can see the video in the beginning, and these are some of the other officials that were killed. It says Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi, a hardliner seen as a political successor to Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, was killed when his helicopter crashed in poor weather in mountains near the Azerbaijan border, officials and state media says on Monday. All right, so apparently I guess it crashed Sunday night, and they were looking for it, and they were able to find it on Monday morning. I remember seeing a couple articles talking, well, not articles, like news flashing, talking about the search party, and then from what they could see, it doesn't look like there would be any surviving members from the crash site when they finally found it. It says the charred wreckage of the helicopter, which crashed on Sunday, carrying Raisi, Foreign Minister Hassanian, and Rabalonian, and 6 other passengers and crew, was found dead early on Monday after an overnight search in blizzard conditions. All right, so maybe it was weather, maybe it wasn't. But what this does is it makes Iran kind of vulnerable, and they're going to need the aid from other countries, right? This is where I'm going with it. They're going to need the aid of other countries, and who have they been in tight cahoots with? Russia, and that's prophecy for Russia and Iran to band together to come up against America and Israel. Not saying that this is what this is for, but I'm just saying, given a scenario like how vulnerable the prime leader of Iran just got killed. That would be like if Vladimir Putin was all of a sudden get sick and die, or Xi Jinping, or what's the North Korean nigga name? Yeah, him, whatever, I forgot his name. Dang. But nobody don't care if Joe Biden was, because he ain't really, but It'll put the if somebody doesn't take a hold of it and calm things down, it could put first of all, it's going to put Iran in a political crisis. Who's going to be the ruler now? What's going to happen? It's going to be an election or what and the people. Somebody has to keep the people at bay. Somebody has to be comforting to the people. They're going to need some sort of support from outside forces. You know. All right. It says Supreme Leader Khamenei, who holds ultimate power with a final say on foreign policy in Iran's nuclear program, said First Vice President Mohammad Mokbar would take over as interim president, the official IRNA news agency reported. I announced 5 days of public mourning and offer my condolence to dear people of Iran, Khamenei said in a statement. Mokbar, like Raisi, is seen as close to Khamenei. The crash comes at a time of growing dissent with Iranian over an array of political, social, and economic crises. Right, so they were already going through certain things, but this could put their situation in more of a turmoil if somebody doesn't grab a hold of this real quick and put order on the situation and give the people confidence. Because when you lose a leader like that, and the type of leader that he was, they're going to be like, well, who's going to pick up the flag and take charge next? Are they going to have the same values? Are they going to have the same determination? Are they going to have the same aggression towards America that the people of Iran want to see? It says, Iran's clerical rulers face international pressure over Tehran's disputed nuclear program and its deepening military ties with Russia during the war in Ukraine. Like deepening military ties, that was happening for a reason. All right, that's all being set up by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai going into Ezekiel 38. It says, since Iran's ally Hamas attacked Israel on October 7th, provoking Israel's assault on Gaza, configurations involving Iran-aligned groups have erupted throughout the Middle East. All right. So now they're deepening alliance or military ties with Russia. Is who has deepened military ties with Ukraine? United States. All right. And who has deepened military ties with Israel? United States. See where I'm going? See how this is. Not saying that there's any foul play involved, but if there were, they're gonna want something or somebody to blame for this, unless it was some sort of inside job, or it might have been an accident. All right. It says a long shadow war between Iran and Israel broke into the open last month with tit-for-tat exchanges of drone and missile fire. Right? It says an Israeli official who requested anatomy told Reuters it was not involved in the crash. United States Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said he had no insight into the cause of the crash, adding the United States had no part to play in it. That's where things can get crazy if that's not true. All right, and so you have Israel and America is jumping off the bat saying, "Hey, we ain't had nothing to do with this." Says a lot, because either they're trying to cover up something or they're trying to make sure there's no, threat towards them because of this. They don't want to be retaliated against. All right. It says under the Islamic Republic's constitution, a new presidential election must be held within 50 days. Okay. Any candidate must first be vetted by the Guardian Council, and a hardline watchdog that has often disqualified even prominent conservative and moderate officials, meaning the overall trust of Iranian policy would be unlikely to change. Right. Well, it says As Iran selects a new president, we reaffirm our support for Iranian people and their struggle for human rights and fundamental freedoms, State Department spokesperson Matt Miller said as the United States expressed its official condolences. You're right. Those people ain't, man, those people over there chanting DTA. Like you really gonna have compassion for those people when they know they want to see America blown off the map? That makes no sense. It says one hardliner dies, another takes over. So they're gonna keep that same mentality of DTA, death to America, that they've been having even when the new leader comes in. So America can do all the apologizing that they want to, but that ain't gonna hold up because this is all being brought together by Yahweh Shimei Shai, man. All right, it says government loyalists packed into mesquites and squares to pray for Ra'ashi, but most shops remain open and authorities made little effort to interrupt ordinary life. He was a hard-working president. His legacy will endure as long as we are alive, said Mohammed Hassan Zarabi, 28, a member of the volunteer of Basaji religious militia in holy Shitai city of Qom. He said the other Iranians showed little sorrow. Who cares? One hardliner dies, another one takes over, and our misery continues, said Raija, 47, a short shopkeeper in the central desert of Yazd, who did not give his full name, fearing recipients were too busy with economic and social issues to worry about such news. State media report that the images from the site showed the United States made Bell 212 helicopters slammed into a mountain peak. Although there was no official word of the cause of the crash, the dead also included the governor of East Azerbaijan province and a man from Tabriz city. All right, I think that's it on this. But okay, bloody crap, man. See, they were talking about how his hard-nosed form of ruling, but I don't know if I'm gonna go into all that. But oh, okay, let's get to this. It says Russian President Vladimir Putin called Raisi a true friend of Russia. The Kremlin said he had spoken to Makhbar by phone and both stressed mutual intentions to further strengthen Russian-Iranian interaction. That's the point I was going to get to. That's the point I want to get to. The reason why I said that this could be a part of Ezekiel 30, because something's going to band them closer together. And other nations are going to cleave onto Russia, according to Yahweh Shimei Shai. Alright, so let me get the scripture right here to close it out real quick. It says Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 1. It says, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesied against it. Right, so Gog is Kremlin, Moscow. Magog is Russia. And so, but even though the Lord propping them up, the Lord's still against them. Because ultimately, he's going to assemble all the nations together, and the Lord's going to fight against them. He's going to have them fighting, and then they're going to turn their fight from each other to Yahweh Shai. This is all being choreographed and set up by Yahweh Shimei Shai through the Spirit. He spoke it, and it's coming to pass. It says, and thus saith the Lord, verse 3, it says, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, right? And all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor. So what is this doing? This is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, bringing back the USSR, accompanied with other nations, right? To what? Come up against Babylon the Great. And ultimately NATO also, because Scripture said, who can make war, who is like unto the beast, who can make war with the beast? The bear, which is Russia, that's being propped up and set up by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai to come against this place. So in the state that Iran is in right now with the loss of their president and that condolence speech given by Vladimir Putin, it's just showing that how they're going to be open arms to Iran to embrace them, and it's all being set up by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, it says verse 5, it says Persia, which is Iran, Ethiopia, and Libya, with them, all of them with shields and helmets, right? All of them with the right equipment, enough equipment to come against this place, man. You know? So, man, this is a beautiful thing. Because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is turning our captivity back right before our eyes, man. You know? And it's so much stuff going in current events and in the news right now. It's like a couple more lessons I got to do, dealing with China's nuclear response to NATO and the United States, man. So a lot of things are heating up, wars and rumors of wars, but the end is not yet, because this is just the beginning of sorrows, man. All right, Lord willing, this lesson edifying the service purpose, Dr. Like Sekah Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Harikah Kodash Ma'amah. Double honor to the elder apostles, the great millstone, and my elder Heroin as well. Salutations to the argument and pushing the truth, sincerity, and truth, and peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.